that fall and went to Cleveland, Ohio. And the rest was history. I stayed in Cleveland, Ohio 2.5, 3 years. Then I came to Chicago because my kids was here, my wife was here, and she kept calling me. She had left me in Cleveland, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
She supposed to been working. The kids hadn't saw in 2 or 3 days when I got here. She told me you could come and have dinner with them, which they didn't have no dinner. Charlene and Willie, they didn't have changing clothes. They didn't have nothing to eat when I got here. I got here with $13, with snow up to your waist. Christmas, I got here Christmas Eve, one day before Christmas. Paul picked me up and brought me to the house. They were staying in a little place like a closet. wasn't much bigger than that. You couldn't get in it. You couldn't close the door. They had a little bed. All three of them staying in that. Like I said, it was a closet. $7 a week, and she was 3 weeks behind already. I think the woman said it was $7 a week. She was renting a room for, oh shit, what that woman name? I done just about forgot. It come to me all the time though. Anyway, the next morning, Will and Charlene didn't know me that well. Charlene didn't. Willie knowed me a little bit because Willie was 3 years old, I believe. Going on 4. Charlene was going to be, no, Willie was going on 4. Charlene was going to be 3, December the 4th. Charlene was already 3. They were little fellas. Anyway, they were standing up there looking at them old men eating and shit. They were standing against the wall with their hand behind them. And Charlene Willie wouldn't say nothing to the old folks. Charlene telling Willie, you stop looking at them folks. You know they ain't gonna give you nothing. And I heard them say, they thought I was sleeping there. I heard them say, your mammy ought to buy y'all something. I ain't gonna give you nothing. I bought that $13 worth I had, that little $13 I had. I went to the corner store, got some eggs, milk, bread, cheese, bologna, and brought it on back and fixed them something to eat. Now I'm getting ready to go back to Cleveland. We supposed to be separated. The old lady says, Mr. Willie, Miss Harris, that was her name, Miss Harris. She rented a room. She had a room in the house. Nothing but old men and shit. She said, you know what? Said, you can't deny them 2 kids that them yours. Said, but I tell you right now, they're what you call it, FDA or something. So they gonna take them kids. Cause their mama staying in the streets and shit. She ain't seen about them. Half feeding them. They ain't got no clothes and shit. So DCF, I think she said. So they gonna take them kids. I said to myself, no, they ain't. When my brother-in-law came in from work, he told me, said, brother-in-law, they need another cook out on my job. I said, well, I'll be down. He stayed downstairs, they stayed up there. I said, I'll be down there in the morning. And I left all my clothes and shit laying on the couch in Cleveland, Ohio. you get a suit clean for 25 cents.
Mm-hmm.
I had $42 worth of cleaner on it. So you just imagine how much clothes I had. That $42 worth of stuff I just brought in from the cleaner, overcoats and all that shit. Didn't bring it, I come in with what kind of coat? One of them, it wasn't leather. Looked like leather. Everybody was wearing that shit back then. It freeze. It gets so cold, it freeze too. Patent leather shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I went to work, got a job, went back to Cleveland 28 years later. I made sure my kid got something to eat. They didn't have no stepdaddy beating them up and messing with them. I wasn't going to stand for that. And first apartment they had, I got it on the west side, Monroe and Kissy. Kitchenette apartment. First bathroom they ever had. And it was it wasn't a bathroom by ourselves, because it was something like a rooming house too. But I had the kitchenette apartment. And from there on, I got other jobs here and jobs there. I worked 3 jobs sometimes. I had a job at a restaurant, and I worked at the people that owned the restaurant. I worked at their house doing piecework and shit, fixing lights and painting around the house, and till I got up to where I could get a bigger platform. They started the school. This must have been in 1962, 63, 1964, 1963. Willie got some paperwork from his school. Told him how good an artist he was.
Mm-hmm.
So some people in California had wanted him to do some artist work. They were gonna send him to artist school in California. So I carried him to California. His mama didn't like it. Said it was too quiet. They came back. First day he got in, he got hit in the head by a nigga throw the tallest dude out the 3rd floor window or something. He hit him in the head. I stayed, sent them back, them and Bug and all. I had Bug go with her to help her to see about the kid, because she was suffering with headaches and shit, so I didn't want them warning her to death. So I had Bug go with my sister. She went with him. Put him in school in California. I carried him to beaches and everywhere on the weekend, because I was working nights. I couldn't make him happy. So I sent him on back home, back here. And I don't know, so much else happened. There's a whole lot to be told. I'll tell you about it all the time later. When I feel up to it, we'll get back into it.
Okay. All right, well, thank you, Uncle Willie. I appreciate it.